I'm Candace Walker. I'm 8 weeks out from the Governor's Cup held in Sacramento.
I'm Brandon Walker. I'm currently training for the men's physique in May 25th at Cal. Last week we discussed about your post-workout window, about taking the protein within those 20-30 minutes, that whey protein. This week we're going to go on and say a few other things about protein, some other times that you should take them throughout the day. Obviously, reiterate that post-workout window, right after the workout, it's important to take your protein right then. Another time, first thing in the morning. When we sleep, our body goes into a catabolic state. We need that protein first thing in the morning, that fast-absorbing protein to get those muscles running and start that metabolism. One other time is you can do at night before bed. A common thing for everyone right now is taking that casein before bed. We're going to go ahead and switch that up. Dave's enlightened me with some new information. He can explain a little further if you come on into Nutrisport, or we'll talk about it next week. But what we're going to do is switch the casein for a regular whey protein, better absorbing, we talked about that. And we're going to add your omega-3s, which we should be utilizing anyways to slow that digestion down and keep us out of that catabolic state throughout the night. Lastly, if you're lacking in your protein consumption, we can add a protein shake between meals and try and get us all the way, to whatever those grams per day that we need. With those 4 times a day, or however many you see fit for your personal goals, you'll be able to reach that protein intake and get that building and recovery that you really need to work on to reach your goals. And for us, it's very important to focus on that for our shows. So Candace is going to tell you a little bit more about some fun ways to take protein, not the normal shakes that you can do. So I'll turn it over to her.
So I like to always start my morning off with protein. Like Brandon had said, you got to get that protein early in the AM because of the catabolic state. So what I do is I take a pre-made protein shake that's already in a liquid form, and I add it into my coffee because I can't live without creamer in my coffee. Gives me that nice little chocolatey taste plus the caffeine, and I love my coffee. It just gives me that home feeling inside. Number 2, you can use your protein in your oatmeal. A lot of people don't like egg whites, so let's get the protein in with just adding a little, maybe like a half a scoop in there, mix it around with your protein. You got a chocolatey flavor, or you could have vanilla flavor, and it's already a natural sweetener, and you get your protein intake. What's another way? Oh, I love to cook with my protein. I love treats, sweets, candies, cookies, you name it, I love it. So I like to put my protein in all of my baked goods and mix it up, throw it in the oven, and I've got my homemade protein bars or homemade cookies, whatever it is. And I think that's all the fun things I use it for. Anyways.
To add on that, there's a couple cool ways that you can take those protein bars. You can use it as a treat and get out of the monotony of the protein shake, or for kids or older folks who maybe aren't even into the weight training themselves, but need to reach that protein intake and don't want to go to the store and mix the powder together. A lot of them enjoy baking, or kids enjoy their treats anyway. So throwing some extra protein in there, helping them get that nutrition in, is key for development in children and also in older people who are lagging in some of their nutrition. So just some cool ways that we do it, and I'll have Candace post some of her recipes and we'll get that out to you guys. So come over and see us here at Nutrisport. We'll shoot a video next week furthering on maybe our closing on the protein, and see Dave for more information. Okay.